Hi, Avalon here. Trying to make a serious video into a funny video is going to be interesting at best, but all these things that happen in our lives, we can take them so very seriously, and they are, especially when you're looking at disability in the face and trying to get your money back from the government after you've been sick for a very, very long time. It's very hard to be funny. I want to review a few things. Like the last video, I want to make sure we know what we're talking about here. We are talking about you have become very ill or injured, or you've had an illness or injury for an extremely long time, and it prevents you from being able to work at all. And first and foremost, you have to be off work for at least a year. And the other thing is that you have to have a medical doctor in charge of all your treatments up until the very point where you start to file, because you're going to need a medical doctor that works with Social Security to get your money. So there you go, money. At a time in your life where you're exhausted, I'm sure, and don't feel very well. However, there is hope. Now, there's the different types of disability we talked about last time, but overall what we're looking for here is a monthly income, which you can go on to the socialsecurity.gov site. You can make a password, and you can find out how much money you can make per month if you are a disabled person. And I told you it can range from anywhere to $700 and up, okay, depending on how much money you have. Another thing is that you can also find out in there what you'd make if you were retiring. All types of information is in that site. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is who you choose to represent you. You have 60 days from the time that you first put in for your application of disability. I suggest you put that in as soon as you realize you cannot work. Because what usually happens, I would say at least 98% of the time, but hey, let's hope you're not part of that. Let's hope you're 2%. You will usually always be turned down. Now, if you're not, yay you. If you are, still good. Do not get discouraged, because if you turn it over on the back of the paper, it will have on it a box that says, I want to appeal in the next 60 days. Now, with that being said, I want to go into the representative. Now, a representative of disability can be your mother, it can be your doctor, usually not your doctor, they don't want to be representatives, but like a social resource like event for homeless, chronically homeless, or social work, or those city agencies that will help you, and those are representatives, as well as an attorney. And all of these entities, except for perhaps your mother, will get what they call a 25% is the top amount they can get from your back pay. All right, so let's keep it simple. Your back pay is $10,000. Your attorney, your resource person of the city that you're going to, or anyone you make your representative, must make you sign a waiver so that they can get your 25%. So that means you'd be getting $7,500, they'd get $2,500, and sometimes that's not big of a chunk. But when you're talking about $8,000 chunks, that's a chunk. So your representative is someone that's very important. An attorney has a lot of clients if they're doing Social Security. They may, though, put your case, if it's not as serious and not as long-standing, because back pay is based on the yearly amount you'd normally make, kind of put you off so that when they get their 25%, they're going to get more money. Sad but true. The saddest one, though, is Social Security itself when it comes to people that have long-standing illness that they could pass away or die. And unfortunately, a lot of folks will end up getting the Social Security a day or two after they've died. And that's just the truth. I wish I had something better to say. But let's talk about the representative of the city or of the resource group. You are just a number. They probably don't even know that they're going to give their company up to 25% of your money. And whether it's $2,500 or $8,000, it's still your money. Which leads me to other options. There are private people such as myself who I am a representative. I can do a Social Security disability claim for another person if you sign a contract stating that I can do that. Now, will I take 25% out or not? Basically it's based on income for me. It's based on how much work I'm going to have to do and how long it's going to take for me to win your case, which I focus on maybe 3 to 4 people, which means that you're going to be considered very important to me. However, it is a job, it's a difficult job, but if someone's good at it, do it. Or you can do it yourself. And doing it yourself, you have to be very careful as well, because if you're not a medical professional, you may slip up and do something to totally make yourself go through 60 more days and 60 more days and up to a judge, and it doesn't end well. And that was the whole purpose of this video, is to win. That's right, win a disability case. Because you are sick, you need a monthly income to eat and to have shelter at the very least, and good grief, have an emergency fund of back pay in case you ever have this happen again.